Oh, hello there, darlings. Come closer, come closer. I'm Gretchen, the so-called evil witch from that horribly misrepresented tale of Hansel and Gretel. Settle in, and let me tell you what really happened. Grab a cupcake or 10, they're calorie-free, I promise. So there I was, a retired pastry chef with a charming little gingerbread house in the middle of the forest. I was minding my own business, perfecting my award-winning macarons, and what do I hear? The obnoxious grumbling of two brats, Hansel and Gretel. They were whining about being lost and hungry. I thought, well, isn't this sweet? Some visitors. I hadn't had any company since the wolves stopped showing up for poker night. They stumbled upon my delectable house, gnawing away at my caramel shingles and marzipan windows like they were at an all-you-can-eat buffet. "Excuse me," I called out. "That's a load-bearing gumdrop pillar you're munching on." Do you think they stopped? No. They turned around, stared at me like I'd grown a second head, which, by the way, would have at least been useful to keep an eye on these two, and kept chomping away. So, being the good hostess that I am, I invited them inside. I thought, maybe a nice cup of tea and some polite conversation would do the trick. Maybe they'd tell their parents about my pastry shop, and I'd get some paying customers. But no. Instead of appreciating my hospitality, they started rummaging through my pantry like two hyperactive squirrels on a sugar high. I decided to teach them some manners. So I suggested a little time out in the cage. Not a prison, mind you, just a vintage decor piece. Kids these days love that kind of retro stuff. Well, it was at this point they started screaming about witches and ovens. It's like they had a script ready. I tried to explain I was just preheating the oven for some fresh croissants, but no, they were convinced I was going to roast them. I mean, come on. Do I look like I'd ruin my oven with kid germs? Then Gretel, that little menace, shoves me right into my own oven. Do you know how long it takes to clean out ashes from a convection oven? And the smell? Oh, my beautifully risen dough was ruined for weeks. So there you have it. Two unruly children vandalize my house, steal my food, and then nearly burn me alive. And yet, I'm the bad guy. Moral of the story. If you're ever thinking of building an edible house in a secluded forest, just don't. It's a recipe for disaster, and not the fun kind. Now, who wants some gingerbread men? They're a bit crunchy, just like my sense of humour.